All right, what's going on, guys? Goofy Rexy here. Hope everybody is doing well. And a little bit of frustration right now with Marvel Strike Force. We're going to talk about a couple of things today. So, one, there was this 5K core offer that went live in the store yesterday. I know that some players, some CCs have already talked about it, but I want to talk about what happened and then also really sort of the ramifications of it, right? Like how it really affects the community for players that were not able to receive this offer. And there is a blog post that talks about this and how they plan on actually fixing it for players who weren't not able to receive it. We're going to go through that really quickly as well. But there's a lot of ramifications here. There's 2099. There's a lot of things to talk about here, guys. I'm also want to do the final tally for the Hulk Hunter event. So talk about how many shards I actually got and why I'm incredibly concerned about what's going to happen here next month, because we know that Spider-Man 2099 is going to be the month-long character for October. Just some really some frustration where that is concerned as well. And also Cosmic Crucible, right? Age of X, this new season that just passed. I'm gonna kind of just give like a quick overview of my overall thoughts where that is concerned. I just talk about whether or not this was good, like was this fun at all. We'll kind of go through all of that. So first and foremost, let's start off with the 5K core offer, right? So if you weren't aware, yesterday in the web store, players were able to log in and they were able to see this offer at the very bottom, where you were able to, this was free, where you were able to get 100 Loki shards, 5,000 cores, 10K fragments for gold orbs, such as 5 gold orbs. So if you were able to log in at reset at the time when the store went live, you were able to grab this, you felt pretty good about that, right? But there were definitely some players that were not able to benefit from this because they didn't log in at the actual time, because they then pulled the offer from the store, which is absurd to me, because I'm like, players are already grabbing this. Why would you then pull it from the store? Because now you create this unfair advantage. Let's go to the blog post, right? So this is the blog post that they threw out yesterday. It's dated for today here, but Scopely account offer issue. Today there was an issue with an offer related to Scopely account, which was yesterday, which unintentionally went live early. This offer was created with the intention for all players to be able to claim it upon creating and connecting their game account to the Scopely account. So Scopely account, I think, is a way where they want you to, it's instead of like relying on like Facebook or I guess Gmail, whatever, to have your stuff backed up, the Scopely account would be a way to kind of bridge that gap so that it will essentially be housed on their network or housed on their platform. That's the way I think about. That's what I think. If I'm wrong, let me know. Some of you guys are much smarter than me, right? So just let me know about how that works out. The offer was not intended to go live until the release of version 6.5 in the coming weeks. As some players were able to claim the offer today, and we don't want to make all other players wait until version 6.5, we are working quickly to move up the release of the offer as soon as possible. Why do you need to work up to release the offer? You already released the offer in the store yesterday. Why do you need to then work to quickly move up the release of the offer? You already did it. Now, I guess the reason why they want to do this is because they want to move the Scopely account feature, because they want to make it tie into that you would have to get your Scopely account in order for you to actually be able to get this offer. But what's the point at this point, right? Because players already did it. All right, let's just continue to read. Calm down, Goofy. The contents of the offer will remain unchanged, and players that were able to claim it in the first time will not be able to claim it again. Some players may still see the offer, but will not be able to claim it. This was something I was streaming live yesterday, and players were telling me that, yo, Goofy, I see this in the store, but I'm not able to actually claim this right now. Like, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, they pulled it down so that players cannot actually claim it. And some players, so that's the reason why you saw it. Like, you saw it in the store, but you weren't able to claim it because they essentially pulled it. As I mentioned, they continued on here. Those players will be able to claim the offer later when it returns. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really hot about this, man. This is just dumb. To visibly have the offer, they X this out. To visibly have the offer removed from your store now, please submit a support ticket and we will expedite the process. So I guess that they don't want that to be a thing where they forgot to remove it here. We appreciate that players reported the issue so we could quickly address it. But to me, it's dumb. It's really dumb, because why remove it in the first place, right? Players already had an opportunity to claim the offer. There are now players who are not able to claim the offer, and those players who were able to claim it are at a massive advantage. Here's the other thing. I'm hearing some reports that there were players who were able to get this twice, because it was not only in the web store, but it was also in the actual in-game store as well. So there were players who were able to claim this twice. So they have 10K cores, and the result of that really is damning, right? Because when you look into the game right now, we have a milestone, and I was able to claim the 5K core offer. So listen, like, I'm upset about it because other players aren't able to claim it and aren't able to take advantage of this. Because, like, listen, I finished my ethereal arms milestone now, right? Because there is an event that is going on where you can use your power cores towards this event right now. You get 10 points per power core spent. I used my 5K cores, and I went and I opened up Spider-Man 2099 orbs, and I was able to get an unlock. So there's two things right now: ethereal arms milestone, the 2099 unlock for the character. There's two milestones that I was able to benefit from, that a lot of players were able to benefit from, because they were able to get this free offer. So now you pull the offer out of the store, and the event is about to end. This milestone ends in 9 hours. This milestone ends in 9 hours. Seriously, there's other things to think about too, right? If you're going through the Scourge event right now and you're low on gold, looking for characters to upgrade, you just got 5K cores, boo-boo. So now you can use that to open up some gold orbs to be able to get you some extra gold. The 2099 orbs that are there, those are going to stay there forever. Players are able to now use that to unlock the character. The Spider Weaver event, people are currently doing probably looking to spend extra cores on the Spider Weaver event. I'm spending 600 cores a day. So trust me, I was very happy to get 5K cores. This has a major issue, and it's put a lot of players at a massive disadvantage, which is the reason why I don't understand. When you make screw-ups like this, why do you not just continue to let it go on, so that then you don't create this unfair advantage, and so that you can give everybody an equal opportunity to benefit from the screw-up? Because now what you're doing is you're saying you're going to release it at a later date. They're going to miss out on stuff that's going on right now that players were able to benefit from. So to me, this is just really dumb and really stupid, a bad way of managing Crisis. They've done this multiple times. They've done this with the Red Star Orbs. They did this with the Dazzler. This one was dumb as heck, right? The Dazzler offer went out, and after the Dazzler month-long event had ended. So this is actually kind of funny. Another month-long event has ended, or is ending, and then they kind of did this screw up again. But a month-long event for Dazzler ended. Players were able to then spend $5 on an offer that was not intended to give them points towards the Dazzler milestone that already ended, and then they pull that offer out of the store. It's like, no, you actually made money from that. Like, you made money from that, and now you created an unfair advantage again, where players were able to complete the milestone by getting the $5. So what about the players that were not able to get it for $5? So to me personally, it's just, once again, their terrible job of managing Crisis and dealing with things that they're actually supposed to deal with. Now I digress from that. Hopefully they're gonna actually fix this sooner than later, and maybe actually send out some rewards. Because listen, like I said, man, the Ethereal Arms event, like, there's a lot of good stuff there, and I would love for players to actually be able to complete that, or even get 2099 unlocked by getting those extra cores. Now I digress over and talk about something else here. So the whole kind of event is going to be ending in a day or 9 hours from now when I'm recording this video here. And I wanted to kind of just talk about the tally of the amount of shards that I was actually able to get from this event. So a lot of you guys know I've been keeping track of all the orbs that I've been opening up and what I've been getting from these orbs, right? So here it is right here, and I'll zoom in a little bit on this. So I did the math and did the calculation for all the orbs that I opened up, and that tally was 139 shards, which was an average of 4.4 shards per orb, which in my opinion is terrible. To do the amount of events that then connect to another event, that then connect to another event, that then give you points for this event, and then pay attention to the web milestone and all this crap to then get 139 shards, what the hell is that? That's a 3-star unlock. Yeah, I guess best players are just like, well, it's a 3-star unlock, like that should be fine. No, you were giving us 4 stars before. What was the issue with giving us a 4-star character? Is this too many shards for you? Is this just too many shards? Where endgame content at this point at least needs a minimum of 5 and 5. So basically, you know, of course, once again, you're featuring players who are just willing to spend on your game, which I guess is fine if that's all you're concerned about is the money, which of course I get it. Like, I understand that you want to make your money. At the same time, though, there's a way to make money, but then also consider your community and the gamers that are actually spending money on the game or just spend time in your game. And you actually probably could make more money if you're actually if you care a little bit more about your community other than just the money. Think about it. Like, seriously, create a good product, create a good game. Players would actually spend more money. I'm a baby dolphin. You might actually get a whale out of me if you actually did things right by the community. You ever think about that? No, they don't think about things like that, right? But to me, 139 shards for a month long of activities, having to log in and coordinate with alliances and having to jump in and do multiple blitzes and arena attacks and all these different things, pay attention to the web milestone to get 139 shards. Crap, in my opinion. Now, the other portion of it too is that there were other players who were able to get 180 shards plus. 180 shards plus for their orbs that they were able to open up, which is the reason why I don't like it, is because there's players who just are gonna get more shards because of luck. I hate anything that involves luck. I'm not a huge fan of it. There's always gonna be some component of that, but the fact that there's gonna be such a discrepancy between me getting 140 shards. Now, granted, I spent $20 on Abomination, so I still have a 4-star anyways. So my frustration is not, oh man, I wasn't able to get a 4-star. Yes, I was able to get a 4-star, but what about players who were not able to get, who were able to only get a 3-star and they're doing endgame content, who are free to play, but play this game often? They're screwed, right? Because now you decided to dumb down the shards and create this RNG. And then what about players who are like, yeah, did this free to play and I still got 4 stars? You're creating too much of a massive discrepancy, which creates frustration in my personal opinion. Next month, they're going to do the same damn thing with Spider-Man 2099. Like, and my recommendation at this point is that if you're going to open up your orbs, probably open them up in 10s as opposed to maybe opening them up all at once. I think I've found that opening up the orbs in bulk typically tends to land you some shards, gives you a little bit more of a favorable drop rate. I don't know why it does that, but I've realized I've done it with a lot of my character orbs, where I'll open them all up in bulk and I'll get like a 60 drop. Like, I can see that I got like a 60 drop in one of the orbs, that drops. So maybe try to do that instead, or maybe opening them up all at once, just to give you a higher chance of actually being able to land some of the shards that you want. For whatever reason, open up the shards in bulk is better. So that's just my recommendation. But they're going to do this again with Spider-Man 2099. And Spider-Man 2099, if I haven't mentioned already, on defense is an absolute animal in that Spider-Mania room in Cosmic Crucible. So good character to get, which is one of the reasons, again, like for those who got the 5K cores, hey, you got a really good character if you care about Cosmic Crucible. And let's talk about Cosmic Crucible, right? So we had the Age of X first season 1 sort of trial here and went through it, and I didn't do very well in this first one. I only got 1 win here. One of the matchups I actually really screwed up because I wasn't paying attention to it was Spider Weaver. Like, I had Spider Weaver twice on defense and completely just screwed up my run. When I think I lost like it was like 49k, like 40, it was like 49k 200 to like 48 like 800 or something like that. So they didn't even really lose by that much. And then one matchup, I just got placed and matched up with somebody that had like a 8 million more TCP than I did, and I was like all of his teams are like 200k bigger than mine. Like there's no possible way for me to really win these matchups. So it was kind of interesting. So matchmaking is definitely becoming a little bit of a problem here. But in regards to like Age of X, yeah, mutant teams are strong, but like certain teams just seem really challenging and difficult, right? So like this room that I have right now on defense, with Jubilee, Bishop, Beast, Gambit, and Rogue, nobody was able to beat this team. Nobody was able to beat this team. Like literally nobody was able to beat this team. So therefore that completely cut off them being able to get 125 credits for those 5 knockouts, because nobody was able to beat any of this at all. right here. I had A-Force with Doom. That pulled some big matchups. I went up against this comp right here. This is really stupid when you build this up properly. So Gamma with Doom, you got to be really careful about how you go about this matchup. You're going to probably potentially get stuck behind Hulk. And then, of course, if you're stuck behind Hulk and he can get a second turn, or if you're stuck behind Hulk and you're doing a lot of adjacent damage to Doom, Doom could pop off. And, of course, you know who's going to have the higher damage there, right? So it's really stupid. Not really fun, but really let's talk about the mutant teams, right? The hero mutant teams here are just incredibly powerful. Like Uncanny can beat Gamma in Cosmic Crucible. Like Uncanny can beat the Gamma team in Cosmic Crucible. They're that strong. The only thing that I've seen reliably beat this so far has been Infinity Watch. And in Spider Weaver, I literally had a matchup where I killed everybody else, but just couldn't kill Spider Weaver. I should have targeted Spider Weaver first, which of course I tried, but charges, right? You gotta miss her, you gotta be careful. And I ended up getting stuck behind Spider Weaver and just couldn't get past it. So my thing is this, like the ramifications of it when I think about it is that twice my opponents and myself could not clear 2 rooms, or at least we're not able to clear 1 room. That's a loss of points. 125 points per knockout is what you get. 10 knockout, if you're doing that on a consistent basis where it's 10 knockout, where you're missing out 10 knockouts on a trial, that's 1250 knockouts, right? 250 credits that you're missing over a period of a month. That's 5k points. And what if you miss 10 knockouts per trial that you do at least twice? That's double the points that you're going to lose in terms of credits, right? So to me personally, that is kind of like not fun. And it kind of creates this frustration again of like, okay, well, it's TCP-ness, right? Like, do I have the bigger TCP? Do I have this team? Do I have X team in order to be able to get through this? To me, that this becomes not fun. Now, eventually, folks will probably figure out counters for these teams and make things work a little bit for them there. And then you'll be able to get more points over time. I think Young Avengers 2, I think also beats Gamma as well. So there's also going to be the added, maybe you want to take Young Avengers off of defense to be able to use against Gamma. Uncanny can also beat Gamma, but you probably want to keep Uncanny on defense to give yourself more of a chance to actually win matchups. There's a lot of things that I think about as it pertains to Cosmic Crucible that may make this not a fun experience for a lot of players, in my opinion. But forgive me, guys, I'm rambling on, man. I'm frustrated. I just feel like it's just simple things that could be fixed that ultimately they're just not doing very well. Cosmic Crucible is just probably just me thinking about like the overall gaming community and how this could definitely not be a good thing moving forward. So listen, that's it, guys. What are your thoughts on every single thing that's going on right now? The Hulk Hunter event, the 5k core offer is definitely the biggest thing, right? Like that's the biggest frustration right now, I think, for a lot of players, especially the ones that were not able to get it. That is definitely the one thing that I think a lot of people are just like, what the hell, Scopely? You screwed me over on this one. So they need to fix this. They need to fix it fast. There's already been communication on it already in regards to why they should do this and the time leeway that they should go about doing this. We'll see what they actually do, guys. But listen, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell, leave a comment as well, help out the YouTube algorithm by liking and subscribing and commenting. That pushes these videos out and helps it to be shared amongst the rest of the YouTube family here, guys. So appreciate you guys. Don't forget to check out the links that are down below as well. And until next time, y'all be blessed, y'all be safe. Bye. We don't talk about scope, please, blunders, no. We don't talk about blunders.